Okay, let's try to do something differently today. Day 165. Paano kung ang gulo-gulo after a breakup?
Hi, I'm Joelle. I talk for a living and I'm an overthinker. Sa bawat hakbang ng buhay, lagi ako nagtatanong, paano kung? At kung tulad nyo kung sobrang daming tanong sa life, tara, sabay nating sagutin ang mga paano kung questions sa buhay. This is Joelle, and you're listening to the Paano Kung podcast.
Hello, paano cutie? Kumusta ang puso? Yeah, bet nyo tong pa-outdoor background natin. Yeah, I am out on the other side of the world, across the ocean, for 2 weeks for a little family trip. And nagsisingit tayo ng trabaho kasi wala, workaholic tayo. And I thought, might as well make use of Mr. Sun out here. O diba, may patukam setup pa tayo kasi wala lang. Might as well. Yeah, and this would be a fun little thing to look back on. But yeah, I was reading some of the most recent Paano Kung questions, and in fairness, ang saya kasi I noticed that we got a lot of new Paano cuties joining this little overthinking bubble. So, welcome. Thanks for being here. Please don't hesitate to share your thoughts, whether dito man sa Spotify or sa TikTok or on Instagram. It really helps the podcast a lot. It means a lot to me. Now, today we're going to be talking about the kalat ng breakups. We are covering 3 paano kung questions today. Different levels of kalat, I guess, or complications after a breakup. Kaya ang overarching theme natin today ay paano kung ang gulo-gulo after a breakup. So, let's get things straight. I really think na mas maraming makakalat na breakup kaysa yung mga clean, mutual breakups that, a lot of public figures and artistas would talk about. Alam niyo yung pag nag-joint statement sila, ganun. It was a mutual decision, but we have so much love for each other, And I think we just need to talk about the kalat more. Not for the drama that we get, but just so that we can somehow have an idea on how we can navigate through these feelings. Because kaya nga may breakup kasi it just means that something or many things aren't just working out. Hindi naman sa wini-wish ko na maging makalat ang mga sitwasyon nyo, no? But if you happen to relate to any of these paano kung questions, or if ever man mapunta kayo sa ganitong situation in the future, then hopefully these episodes will help you handle things with as much grace as possible. So, we're gonna start with vintage person's question. Paano kung dinidisrespect na ako after 1 month ng breakup? Paano kung wala pa kaming 1 buwan na break pero nag-repost na siya sa TikTok ng mas magaan pala pag wala ka na? Nakipag-break siya dahil na-drain daw siya sa relationship namin. Sobrang selfish. Ako din naman na-drain pero pinili ko siya. 1 month of breakup pa lang binabastos niya na ako sa mga repost niya na parang indirect na patama na ang pangit ko daw. PS, siya ang nakipag-break. Tapos, after the breakup, sobrang cold and distant din niya. Like, I wanted to talk pa sana para sa mga unanswered questions ko, pero ayaw niya. At nagalit pa siya kasi ang kulit-kulit ko daw. Well, hi vintage. Inassume ko na ikaw din yung nag-submit ng isang question na medyo similar. So, pinagsama ko na. Those were both short questions, but there are quite a lot of points that I want to address. First of all, ending a relationship kasi nadidrain ang isang tao, that is not selfish. I completely see though how you may view it as selfish. Kasi syempre, that's not what you wanted. Pero hindi rin ba selfish if you force someone to stay kahit ayaw na niya? Remember, pag naubos ang isang tao, it would be really, really hard to pour from an empty cup. Another thing that I want to point out is relationships aren't supposed to be draining, especially those that you choose to enter. Ideally, when you enter a romantic relationship or even a friendship, You want to look for relationships that will add value to your life, that will inspire us to love life and live. Isipin mo yun, parang jumowa ka na nga, tapos pumili ka pa ng isang sitwasyon kung saan magiging miserable ka. 'Di ba? Siyempre, lahat naman hindi draining sa simula. Lahat exciting, because it's something new. But, things can change, and if something isn't aligned with what people are looking for, people are allowed to leave and walk away. Sabi mo rin naman na na-drain ka at tiniis mo, which, great, that was your choice. Pero, hindi porke kinaya mo at tiniis yung relationship ay obligated din siya na magtiis din. Magkaiba kayo ng threshold and that is okay. Next, kung break na kayo, your ex doesn't owe you a conversation. Even if you ask in a nice way. If ayaw, hindi pwedeng pilitin. What I will say is, yes, hindi mature yung mga parinig niya sa social media. It's not the kindest thing as well to say kung pangit ka or mas magaan pala ang buhay na wala ka. That must be painful to hear. Pero there is no one way to know for sure if ikaw talaga yung pinaparinggan niya, 'di ba? 'Di ba pag may mga crimes or when public figures do something and they're accused of doing something, 'di ba? People will always still use the word allegedly kasi kailangan ng solid proof. So, maybe you would like to set yourself free because holding on to the hurt can be tiring. Maybe you can also ask yourself, paano ba nakakatulong sa buhay mo ang paghawak sa galit or yung hurt mo towards your partner? How does looking at your ex's posts help you with your life right now? I know you may have so many questions. And the sucky truth about life, sometimes we never really find out the whys. Sometimes we do, but most of the time we don't find out the whys. Kaya, it's important to just focus instead on the whats. You may ask me, Ate Joelle, ano ba kasi mga what na yan? Well, ayaw na niya. Napagod na siya. Whatever ang reason na binigay niya. Kung ano man yun, enough na yung reason na yun para hindi na ituloy ang relationship nyo. It's okay. It's also okay to not be okay about it. Kung magaan para sa kanya na wala ka, ano ang pwede mong gawin para din gumaan ang pakiramdam mo? Si Aya naman, ang tanong, paano kung nagpaparamdam siya ulit sa'yo pero mismong siya ang reason kung bakit kayo nag-break? Naging kami ng friend ko almost 5 months. Then one day, bigla siyang nagsabi na itigil na namin ang lahat. Ako naman, na supportive, nag-oo na lang dahil mahal ko siya at kaibigan ko siya. After ilang mga months, nagpaparamdam siya, nag-aaya lumabas. Ang sagot ko sa kanya, hindi ako pwede. Until now, nagtataka ako, bakit pa rin siya nagparamdam? By the way, girl siya and hindi pa siya out sa lahat. Hi, Ayon. I love that you were supportive of your ex's decision to break up. Hindi yun madaling gawin para sa maraming tao. Pero nagawa mo yung tanggapin and that is great. With regards to your question, walang paraan talaga para malaman kung bakit siya nagparamdam unless tanungin mo straight from her mouth. Natural na reaction din na magtaka at maging curious, especially kung parang once lang siya nagparamdam, tinanong ka lang niya once, tas wala nang follow-up. Pwede kang mairita, pwede kang parang, ano ba yan? Nag-move na nga yung tao. Ganon. And sa totoo lang, at the end of the day, kung curious ka naman talaga, pwede mo naman siyang i-message at tanungin, bakit ka nagpaparamdam? Or ano to? Kala break na tayo. Bakit may ganon? Through that, pwede mong malaman, pwede ring hindi. But it would help to ask yourself kung ano ba ang mangyayari kung malaman mo yung dahilan. Like, gusto mo bang makipagbalikan? If not, ask yourself deeply, truly, paano ba ito makakatulong sa buhay mo pag nalaman mo? Umaasa ka ba na magkabalikan kayo or sadyang curious ka? Bakit ka curious? If it's just a one-time thing, it might be best to just let it go kasi malay mo na lasing lang siya or may nag-dare sa kanya or bigla lang siyang nagka-moment of vulnerability. Pero kung hindi ka naman na minessage ulit, hindi na niya tinuloy, then maybe you can just leave it there and choose to move forward with your life. This is why some people block their exes. Pero, paano nga naman no, kung paulit-ulit na ang pagpaparamdam to the point na nagiging pattern na siya? Tanong ni Matt, paano kung lagi siyang nakikipag-break at gusto din akong balikan eventually? I've been with my partner, or ex, for 7 years. He's broken up with me multiple times throughout our 7 years together, and I've kept pursuing him to work things out. However, when he said that he wanted to split up with me late last year, I eventually gave up and stopped pursuing him. We both began to meet new people and stopped talking to each other and seeing each other. Then he recently contacted me and we're planning to meet up again. I'm not sure if I really want him back. Everyone knows we've broken up, but no one knows we've started talking again. I'm confused between keeping the connection or moving forward without him. I'm not sure if I should take another risk in this relationship or let it go. I hope you can help me and share your thoughts. Hi Matt, salamat sa pagkwento. To be honest, I've been in some similar situations before. Yung mga nakakailang balikan, breakup, balikan, and wala, yung totoong gulo ng breakup, ganyan. And it has been absolutely exhausting, not just to me, but to the people around me. Am I proud? Never. I can imagine on your end that napapagod ka na rin siguro. Kung hindi man ngayon, maybe soon. Kahit ano man ang thoughts ko or sasabihin ko, I do want you to remember that you always have a choice. And here are some things that I've learned from being in these situations. If there's a huge part of you na gusto pa ring itry ulit with him, then go. No one, not even your family, friends, or wala, no one would be able to stop you if you want to satisfy that curiosity to see if, alam mo yun, if worth it pa to try after the how manyth shot. Kasi, ang belief ko, what's meant to be will always happen. The only way to find out is to just see and try again. Find out if by the how manyth time kung mareresolve na yung issues nyo this time. If this time, tignan nyo, if hanggang ngayon pareho nyo pa rin bit-bit yung mga hinanakit from before, if you will still fight about the same things, if mas malakas yung love and commitment despite the hurt from before, if hindi na kayo maghihiwalay this time around. But remember, na kung paulit-ulit kang bumabalik at nagtatry without any actual change, you are just continuously keeping yourself trapped. Stuck in a loop. So, you have to decide how much of this are you willing to take. Kasi, either you do make it work or maghihiwalay na talaga. If nasa point ka na sa buhay mo after the how manyth shot, tapos pagod na pagod ka na, sintipong wala ng hope for you and you're just messaging, you commented here, you sent me a paano kung question kasi you're looking for encouragement to keep you going away from your ex. One thing that has really helped me move forward was thinking of all the healing na ginawa ko na para sa sarili ko. And, this is speaking as someone na ilang beses na sumubok, ilang beses bumalik, ilang beses na naiyak. Pag nagbe-break, sinagad ko talaga. And because you're still not ready to talk about it, grabe yung pagtatago at pagsisinungaling. I can't speak for you, pero for me, dati, hindi ko na ma-share sa mga kaibigan ko noon na nag-uusap na ulit kami ng ex ko. Kasi ilang gabi na ng iyakan at kawasakan kung saan sinamahan nila ako. And alam mo yun, at kinausap at binigyan ng suporta. So, parang iniisip ko noon kung sasabihin ko na nag-uusap ulit kami, parang baliwala lang lahat ng pinagdaanan namin ng friends ko. And doing this isolated me from people that I loved further. Tapos, I didn't like that. Pero ayoko din na i-open up sa kanila yung fact na kausap ko pa yung ex ko. So, in essence, my actions were already showing me na hindi good idea na balikan yung ex ko. I wanted to be in a relationship that people I love accept and celebrate. A relationship that won't make me cry at night, and a relationship na hindi ko na kailangang itago. Pag nasa cycle ka ng break, balikan at break sa ex mo, this then becomes a pattern kasi yun yung magiging thing na nakakasanayan mo na. Pero hindi porke nakasanayan mo ay it's a good thing or it's a healthy thing for you. You can overwrite the things na nakasanayan mo and maybe find new things to get used to. Kung hindi mo pa rin alam kung anong gagawin, kung hindi mo alam kung anong gusto mo, like I always say in other episodes, you can also ask yourself, ano ba yung ayaw mo? Ayaw mo mawala siya? Ayaw mo ng relationship kung saan lagi kang binibreakan? Ano ang mas ayaw mo? And what can you do para maiwasan yung ayaw mo? Paano kung ang gulo-gulo after a breakup? Like I said kanina, magulo talaga after a breakup. And I think the gulo is meant to be there para ipakita sa'yo yung mga bagay na hindi nag-work. Kasi if we go to the most simple of the most simple logic, kung meant naman kasi talaga na maging maayos, na magstay kayo together, it wouldn't be messy, right? Siyempre, the situations in these questions that we just read here only scratch the surface. So, kung meron man kayong specific situations, tapos gusto nyo mag-deep dive pa, go lang, let me know. Alam niyo naman where to go, heylink.me/joellowell. Pero next year na siguro kasi magsi-season break na tayo very soon. But don't worry, hindi naman tayo aabutin ng 1 year na mawawala ako tulad ng dati. But if you haven't followed here, please click that follow button with the notification bell para pag may bagong episode, updated kayo. O, diba? And chichika pa rin naman ako sa ating IG broadcast channel. If you haven't followed me yet, I'm at joellowell there and everywhere. So go and hang out there. And yeah, thanks so much for being here. Kwentuhan ulit tayo soon. Always remember, may kasama ka lagi sa paghanap ng mga sagot sa mga paano kung sa buhay. You are valid, you are growing, so minsan may gulo, may kalat, especially in relationships. But it's in the mess where you get to see what is worth keeping, what is worth throwing out, para maybe you can allow more better things in your life, para mabalik ang ayos sa buhay. Remember, you deserve the kind of love and the kind of life you want.
The Pod Network Entertainment. The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.